The 7 Worst States to Retire. And none of them are New York, CNBC. A new analysis by Bankrate reveals the worst states to retire in based on several factors, such as affordability and weather. Here are the bottom 7. It turns out the last frontier state may be the last place you'd want to retire. Alaska was rated the worst state for retirement, according to a new Bankrate ranking. To determine the best and war. +2205 Chars. What to watch on TV Sunday. August 21, 2022 TVLine. On TV this Sunday. The long-awaited Game of Thrones prequel begins. The Big Brother house is split in 2. And United Shades of America and Flatbush Misdemeanors wrap their seasons. On TV this Sunday. The long-awaited Game of Thrones prequel begins. The Big Brother house is split in 2. And United Shades of America and Flatbush Misdemeanors wrap their seasons. Here are 10 progger. +146 Chars. Car explosion kills Daria Dugina, daughter of Russian nationalist known as Putin's brain, CBS News. Russian authorities say the daughter of a nationalist ideologist who is often referred to as Putin's brain, died in a car explosion on the outskirts of Moscow. The daughter of an influential Russian political theorist who is often referred to as Putin's brain, was killed in a car bombing on the outskirts of Moscow. Officials said Sunday. The mosque. +3038 Chars. Is losing weight an important health goal? CNN. Losing weight might sound like the answer to all health problems, but is that science or stigma? Experts share the more complicated connections between weight and health and how to focus on sustainable changes for your holistic wellness. This story is part of an occasional series covering disordered eating and diet culture. CNN. Accepting your body as it is and stopping all the dieting may sound great. But would doing so hurt your +5584 Chars? SpaceX Dragon splashes down with scientific cargo for analysis, SciTechDaily. SpaceX's uncrewed Dragon cargo spacecraft splashed down at 2:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 11:53 a.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time. Saturday, August 20, north of Cape Canaveral off the Florida coast, marking the return of the company's 25th contracted cargo resupply mission to the International Space by NASA. August 21, 2022. The SpaceX Dragon resupply ship carrying over 5,800 pounds of new science experiments and crew supplies. Pictured from a window on the SpaceX Dragon Freedom cruise ship. Approach. +3626 Chars. Commanders vs. Chiefs. 7 winners and 4 losers from Kansas City's preseason win, Arrowhead Pride. Kansas City's first-string offense and defense once again jumped out to an early lead. It was a warm one at Arrowhead Stadium on Saturday as the Kansas City Chiefs' first-string offense and defense once again looked dominant in a 24-14 victory over the Washington Commanders. But unlike +5068 Chars. Sker Ritual. Exclusive. Meet the Elites trailer. IGN null. Man had to drive all night to make brother's wedding after AA issues, Business Insider. After booking a flight from Seattle to Vermont, the passenger was surprised to receive an email asking to prepare for his upcoming trip to Canada. A passenger said American Airlines rebooked his family onto a flight to a different country and then cancelled the replacement flight. Grady R. Hines, a lawyer from Washington state, had booked in J+2461 Chars. Dan Levy joins Sex Education, Season 4 The Hindu Null Null. First Lady Jill Biden tests negative for COVID-19. CNN. First Lady Jill Biden on Sunday will leave isolation in South Carolina for Delaware after testing negative for COVID-19, according to her communications director, Elizabeth Alexander. CNN. First Lady Jill Biden on Sunday will leave isolation in South Carolina for Delaware after testing negative for COVID-19, according to her communications director, Elizabeth Alexander. After I+1394 Chars. Massive review shows vitamin D really does seem to ease depressive symptoms. ScienceAlert. Our bodies need the right amount of vitamin D to function as normal, both physically and mentally. And there's a growing amount of evidence out there linking a lack of vitamin D with depression. Our bodies need the right amount of vitamin D to function as normal both physically and mentally. And there's a growing amount of evidence out there linking a lack of vitamin D with depression. Now a +3162 Chars. Has the Webb telescope disproved the Big Bang Theory? The very first results from the James Webb Space Telescope seem to indicate that massive, luminous galaxies had already formed within the first 250 million years after the Big Bang. Reports Sky and Telescope. If confirmed, this would seriously challenge the very first results from the James Webb Space Telescope seem to indicate that massive, luminous galaxies had already formed within the first 250 million years after the Big Bang. Reports Sky and +4600 Chars. Positional grades. Steelers vs. Jaguars. Steelers Depot. Well, that was fun. Sort of. Once again, the Pittsburgh Steelers pulled out a win in the preseason late thanks to a masterful 2-minute drive in the fourth quarter for the go-ahead touchdown from quarterback Mason Rudolph. Rookie quarterback Kenny Pickett low. Well, that was fun. Sort of. Once again, the Pittsburgh Steelers pulled out a win in the preseason late thanks to a masterful 2-minute drive in the fourth quarter for the go-ahead touchdown from Q. +12464 Chars. Google's most advanced robot brain just got a body. CNET. Google has taken a new leap forward in AI, building its most advanced natural language processing into a helper robot that can understand and act on normal, null. 5 most expensive grocery products ahead of fall. Eat this, not that. Eat this, not that. Fall is right around the corner. And some of the most popular grocery items are still an expensive price. Just like earlier in the year. If you've been following the news, you may have sighed in relief after reading July's Consumer Price Index report. Since June 2022, inflation hasn't fluctuated much. A welcome change from the jumps W+6552 Chars. IG model Gena gets vision partially restored after AIDS diagnosis. TMZ. IG model Gena is on the mend after surgery following her AIDS diagnosis. IG model Gena has hope in her fight against AIDS. regaining some of the vision she lost after her diagnosis as she pushes to stay alive. Gena tells TMZ. She underwent a successful procedure O+982 Chars. Actor Gary Busey charged with sexual offenses at horror film convention, The Washington Post. New Jersey police said the actor was charged with sexual contact and harassment at a horror film and memorabilia convention. Comment on this story. Actor Gary Busey has been charged with sexual offenses after he appeared as a guest at a convention for horror films and memorabilia that took place earlier this month. Police. +2204 Chars. LA mocked for offering COVID tests to animals who might have the virus, Daily Mail. LA Public Health is offering free COVID-19 testing for pets. So far, 177 animals have been tested, including 107 bats, 12 raccoons, 7 squirrels and 6 opossums. None tested positive. Pet owners in Los Angeles County are being offered free COVID-19 testing to animals and pets, despite there being no recently recorded cases of the disease among animals in the area. Veterinary poo. +3321 Chars. This is the first plant we should grow on Mars. New study finds. ScienceAlert. Once we've overcome all the challenges involved in getting to Mars, we'll then have to figure out how to make life sustainable there, and growing and cultivating crops is going to be a major part of that. Once we've overcome all the challenges involved in getting to Mars, we'll then have to figure out how to make life sustainable there, and growing and cultivating crops is going to be a major part of T. +3406 Chars. Apple builds new ad empire after kneecapping competitors, Axios. The tech giant is ramping up an ad business just as its iPhone privacy policy is limiting rivals. Data. Company reports. Analyst reports. Note. Microsoft reported a revenue of more than $10 billion but did not disclose an exact figure. Apple figure is unofficial estimate based on Bloomberg. Chart. +3945 Chars. Ryan Cohen's stock sale is no problem for Bed Bath & Beyond's true believers, The Wall Street Journal. Even after Bed Bath & Beyond's worst one-day pullback ever following billionaire investor Ryan Cohen's stake sale, individual investors continued to cheer the stock on social media platforms. Null. Brock Lesnar crashes SmackDown. SmackDown. August 2, 2016 WWE. Ahead of Randy Orton's match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, the Beast incarnate attacks the Viper on SmackDown. Stream WWE on Peacock https pck.tv/3xp0iwp. Null. Ex-White House aide Kash Patel presses view Trump broadly declassified documents, The Wall Street Journal. Since the FBI searched Trump's Florida home, Kash Patel has become a leading proponent of the view that documents stored at Mar-a-Lago marked as classified had in fact been declassified by Trump as he left office. Washington in May. Former Trump administration official Kash Patel, as part of a lengthy scuffle with the National Archives, asserted that documents stored at Mar-a-Lago marked as classified had in F.A. +326 Chars. Firm wants to create artificial embryos with DNA for organ transplants, Business Insider. Jacob Hanna, who led a successful mouse embryo experiment, wants to recreate it with human cells, but other experts say much more research is needed. A biotechnology company based in Israel wants to replicate a recent experiment that successfully created an artificial mouse embryo from stem cells, only this time with human cells. Scientists at Way. +2314 Chars. Did you hear a loud boom in southeast Georgia and North Florida Saturday afternoon? Here's what it was. FirstCoastNews.com WTLV-WJXX. If you heard a loud noise outside around 3:50 p.m. Saturday, don't worry. There's an explanation. Rocket. Jacksonville. FLA. The video attached to this story is from a previous, unrelated story. If you heard a loud boom in south-central Georgia or northern Florida Saturday. The National Weather Service. +413 Chars. UFC 278 results highlights. Leon Edwards stuns Kamaru Usman with last-minute knockout to claim world title, CBS Sports. Rocky shocked the world with a head kick knockout in the waning moments of the fight to earn the welterweight crown. Leon Edwards just shocked the world. The Rocky story of Edwards came to life with a come-from-behind head kick knockout late in round 5 of the main event of UFC 278 on Saturday night. After BCom. +4910 Chars. Rumour. Ubisoft Plus might finally be available on Xbox soon. Pure Xbox. Sign us up. All the way back in January. It was announced that the Ubisoft Plus subscription service would be coming to Xbox at some point in the future. And it looks like we're getting closer to its arrival. As +1238 Chars.